Now, our first guest, it's amazing to me to be a skin doctor in Florida, but let's welcome Dr. Badia and Jennifer Cave-Smith. Welcome to the Connect Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so I just think your job is tough. We're in the sunshine. People flock here for the sunshine and the beaches, and your job is to keep us safe.
That's true. What I tell people is you can definitely enjoy the beautiful weather we have here, but there are steps you should take to prevent problems, you know, and skin cancer is definitely on the rise, so it's something we want to be looking out for.
Well, good, and that's what I want. Jennifer, you have some wisdom to share, having gone through it, but first, Dr. Badia, tell us, what is melanoma?
So melanoma, there are 3 types of skin cancer, but melanoma is definitely the most dangerous one.
Okay.
It's the only one that really can metastasize or spread to other parts of the body. So that's the one that we worry about the most. It's the least common of the skin cancers, luckily.
That's good.
But it can be deadly, unfortunately. And it can start with just a little mole. It can start in a mole that you already had, or it can just start on its own. So it's something we definitely have to keep an eye out for.
Okay, and you said it was one of 3. What are the other 2?
So there's basal cell carcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma that are more common, but rarely spread. Melanoma is the one we really have to look out for.
Okay, and now you said it's not too common, melanoma.
Well, it's 1 in 50 now. It's
Okay.
on the rise, unfortunately. So it used to be 1 in 75, but now 1 in 50 Americans will develop melanoma. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to develop the more aggressive form of melanoma, luckily. The more common ones are the superficial ones, the early ones, and we are catching them earlier and earlier every year. But definitely it's on the rise, and it's something we would need to look out for.
Now, let's talk to one of 50. So, Jennifer, tell us about your experience, because you are a melanoma survivor.
Right. Fortunately, I have been doing annual skin checks with my dermatologist for several years now, and so I was at an annual skin check, and I had a mole that I had had for a couple years. I went back and looked at pictures after my diagnosis to try to figure out how long it had been there, and it turned out it was melanoma. Fortunately, it was very early in its staging, and so I was able to just have surgery and not have to have any further treatment, and so I consider myself very fortunate that I was caught it so early.
Okay. It must have been scary, though, still, to hear that word.
Yeah, it was. I remember the phone conversation very, very well, and your life certainly changes from that moment on. And I can say that I'm certainly a sunscreen user very consistently now, all the time. And because I was diagnosed so early, I feel it's my cause now, and so that's why I'm very vocal with everybody about being sure that they take the necessary precautions.
Okay, now, Dr. Badia, we were joking earlier saying, okay, I'm going to feel guilty if I go to the beach in front of you, but melanoma is preventable to some degree. Tell us about what are some things we should be doing.
So some of the things that increase the risk of melanoma are tanning beds, can double your risk of melanoma. Blistering sunburns can more than double your risk of melanoma. So continuous sun exposures and getting burns can increase your risk of melanoma. So those are things that we want to try to avoid. The standard, precautions like not being in the sun between, 11 and 2, reapplying sunscreen every 2 hours if you're going to be out, watching your moles that you have, going in for annual checks like she's done, being aware of what's going on with your skin. And also, if there's a family history, you have to be even more aware, because first-degree relatives will increase your risk of melanoma. So those are some things we can look out for. And the important message, I think, is just as she said, one mole that she had, if she hadn't had it checked, what could have happened? She caught it early. When a mole is caught early, when it's less than a certain depth, it can be removed, and that's it. If you wait, it's deeper. You have to check lymph nodes. You're worried about it spreading. So just coming in for a check can really save your life.
Is that an annual thing that we should be doing?
Annual if you have no history of anything. If you've had a history of a changing mole, which we call dysplastic or atypical moles, or a history of other types of skin cancer, it's recommended you come in every 6 months for a screening. She'll probably have to come in every 3 months, right?
I did, yes.
In the beginning. And then later it'll go longer and longer. But definitely, you know, we want to keep regular screens on even people that haven't had anything once a year.
All right, ladies. Now, you've been both involved in an event coming up for the first time in our area, Miles for Melanoma. Why don't you talk about that?
Well, the event is being held on May 16th at Tanger Outlets. So we're very excited because it's the first time that this area is holding the Miles for Melanoma event. It's a national event, but we're doing it regionally now. And we hope to raise funds for the Melanoma Research Foundation. And our goal is to raise $25,000. The way people can participate is by coming to the walk. It's a walk or run.
Okay.
And coming out that morning. It's just a few hours on a Saturday morning. So we hope that people will come and participate and donate, and just to raise awareness of melanoma.
Okay. Now, and Jennifer, you were recently in Orlando? Tell us about that.
The first Miles for Melanoma event I participated in was in Orlando last November, and after my diagnosis I was looking for ways to participate and help, and I was really stunned at how few events are actually held in Florida, and you would think being the Sunshine State,
capital.
Exactly, we would have more of them. So I was very excited to learn that we were going to have an event locally this year.
Oh, okay. Now, you are actually a team leader, so what's involved in that?
So a lot of emails and encouraging donations and walkers to come out and help. I believe so far we're at about $5,000 for the event raised.
That's correct.
Yes, and so continuing to work and hoping to have some walkers on my team as well. So just trying to drive awareness and funding for the Research Foundation.
So is this an event where you can grab, you know, maybe some friends from church or work or whatever and get goofy and name your team and all those fun things?
Absolutely, yes. My team is genuinely grateful, with a little play on the spelling, because I am truly grateful for my early diagnosis, and so that was the team
Probably
name.
wearing tiara too, right?
Well, maybe, probably so, yeah. You know me too well.
And then your office is the sponsoring
Yes, we
practice,
are.
right?
We're sponsoring the walk or run, and so our staff will all be there, and a lot of their family and friends will be attending. So we're very excited about it this year, just to, you know, really make people aware that this is something that is very important, detectable, and curable if you catch it early.
Catch it in time, so that's the key. Now, are people, some more have to worry about it more than others?
Yes, definitely. If lighter complected people, people with lighter eyes, lighter hair are more susceptible to get it. But certainly it's, you know, Hispanics and blacks can also develop melanoma. A lot of people think that African Americans cannot develop melanoma. They definitely can. So we definitely encourage everybody to come and get screened. Again, just a skin check can save your life. It seems amazing that you think one little freckle, something that can be millimeters in size on your skin, millimeters, can cause a problem. You can't believe it, that something little on your skin can really cause a major problem for your health.
So as we're talking, I'm thinking, oh boy, my dad had one, so I'm going to have to come see you.
Okay, wonderful.
I'm definitely going to have
to see you.
Now, talk about some of the treatments available out, because have they changed through the years?
They certainly have changed, and that is part of a lot of the research that they've done through the years. They're working on vaccinations. They're not there yet, but definitely working on vaccinations.
That's encouraging.
Yeah, for people that are, you know, more predisposed. They're doing genetic testing for patients just to see, but those are more future treatments. Currently, the treatment is really excisions or cutting out the lesions, but if they're more than a certain depth of the lesion, so that the pathologist will look at the lesion, if it's a certain depth, then they recommend the node, the sentinel node, or the node that drains, the lymph node that drains that area, be removed and checked for melanoma.
Okay.
And then treatments can include chemotherapy, excision of more nodes, so there's different treatments.
And Dr. Beatty, I'm sure there's days where you're like, yes, we caught this and saved it, and other days are probably challenging. How do you do it?
Well, it's hard. I mean, what keeps you going is, you know, again, that those patients that you think, gosh, I'm so happy they came in for something else. You know, patients will come in for acne, a wart on their finger, and we're always like, put a gown on. And they say, why? We say, well, we just want your annual check. And some people will refuse, but the majority will. And you'd be amazed how many patients we've caught so early that come in for an unrelated problem because they never imagined that a mole could have caused a problem. So.
Wow. So something, and especially in our Sunshine State.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would imagine that some of our audience are going to come see you, and definitely will get involved, come out to the walk and support it. And
We would love that.
Thank you both for all that you're doing. Thank you for taking something in your own life and making a good cause for the community.
Yeah,
And
that's
appreciate
wonderful.
all that you do. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming out
Great.
today.
Okay, thank you.